Welcome back everybody, my name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Where we left off last time, we had finished Noonfrost. We killed the people that were trying to open the thing and go to the White Void. We also freed someone named Alwa who is waiting up for us outside. So, the Orlan stands under the open sky taking deep breaths of fresh air. Feels like I've been reborn. She thumps you on the shoulder. Come by the maw sometime. The rest of the fangs will want to meet the cunning Eltimar who freed me. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. In fact, the maw isn't that far from here. Maybe you'll give me a reward, like a superb one-handed mace with like 10 DR reduction.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
That would be good. I would like that. Let's go see what Alwa is up to. Although we are not super friends with anybody here, we may or may not have killed their giant bear. Alright, where's Alwa? Alwa? Deathwin? Oh hey, this is the area we were gonna lockpick into, that we can't lockpick into. Let's talk to Deathwin, what's he have to say?
This is no place for sightseeing, even for you. The beasts of Galawain's Maw are dangerous, and now more than ever.
A wiry elven man paces the cavern, his face etched with worry lines, and his hand irritably thumping his hip. He looks up at you and sighs. What's wrong with the beasts?
They won't fight.
And what's wrong with that?
It is not Galawain's way, and it is not the way of the Maw.
The Maw has always been home for one great predator. Every so often, a challenger comes along and the two battle for territory. But Sewell remains in her den and Ornos can't confront her there. Now, two mighty predators and their kin hunt from the same stock. It's thinning the herds and it's thinning the patience around here, too. He resumes his pacing. And this waiting, it's not the deliberate, watchful waiting of a hunter lying in ambush. This stagnation, tedium, hoping for something to happen. He clenches his hands into fists, but I'm powerless to act. One half of the fangs will cry favoritism if I drag the lioness out myself. I already did this one, though. I received a vision from Galawain about these beasts. His tired eyes go wide. From the clever hound himself, he looks you up and down. If you truly have Galawain's blessing, I won't stand in your way, but I can believe he sees a forceful champion in you. He gives you a heavy iron key. We don't normally permit outsiders to venture into the Maw, but you understand that you do so at your own risk, and Sewell's lions are likely to attack intruders on sight. Still, perhaps you can coax her into fighting the bear. Do whatever you can to end this stalemate. I already did that, so you should probably go around the office table, get the gossip, because you clearly missed out on today's coffee meeting. And that is why you don't know what's going on. And I don't know where Alwa is. I save your life, I come to the Maw for my cool reward, and no one's home. Well, I'll leave it for now. I'll come back later, maybe see if she's here. Maybe she just hasn't spawned in here, I don't know, whatever. We're gonna go back to the temple and turn in some of these quests. We have done all of them, I think. All the ones for the gods anyways. We're just catching up on our stuff. I wonder how Gawain's gonna be, how happy he's gonna be. I actually wonder how happy Rimgrand is going to be. Because we kind of killed all of his followers, like all of them. The whole temple, we just wiped it out. He is the god of death, so we shouldn't be too unhappy about it, but I mean, we did kill all of them. I wonder how I would take it if I was the god of death and someone killed all my followers. I'd feel torn. On one hand, they were propagating death on a massive scale, which is pretty nice. That's what I want. On the other hand, now I don't have followers anymore. No, I think I'd be happy about their deaths. After some due consideration, God of Death trumps all. No events. I thought we had an invasion coming. Don't we? Was that a quick load that never happened yet? Maybe the random seed changed it? I thought we had an attack coming in 4 days. But if we don't, I'm pretty happy about that, and I don't have to go back to my keep to defend it. Although we will be going back to the keep shortly. I think we're closing in on the point of the game where we have to go do the endless tunnels, or else we can't do them. So let's go talk to some gods. Let's go talk to Barath first. Pray to Barath. As you pray to Barath, you find yourself again on the road. Squinting into the distance, you see a short, pale figure waiting for you. At first, you think it's another vision of Archdruid Reston, but then you notice the figure's skeletal frame and a rictus grin. He stands in front of another skull gate, but way leads down, not onwards. He beckons for you to approach. I think that's supposed to say, but the way leads down, not onward. He beckons for you to approach. That must be the usher. A lost voice is low. Behind you is a woman, her skin milk pale against her black hair. She wears a suit of armor so dark it seems to suck the light from the stars. The road winds up the mountain behind her.
A toll, traveler.
She holds out a hand. Ah, and here's the pallid knight. That toll will grow steeper with time. Kana gives a nervous chuckle. I'll pay the pallid knight. You drop a few coppers into her hand and she closes her fist around the coin. You instantly feel a small weight added to your purse. The lord of this road demands a toll of all, but he lends generously, that all might travel his road again. Behind her, the usher grins, his lipless smile, and waits. The road bores into the mountain, and you find yourself in a gigantic cavern. The ceiling curves up and away and is dotted with moisture. At this distance, the shining beads look like stars, clustered and scattered in constellations. The usher and the pallid knight lead you up a trail carved into the edge of the cavern. 2 identical cave mouths wait up ahead, and you follow the usher to one of them. Standing at the edge and gazing down, you see an endless, ever-changing plain bisected by a road. Only then do you realize you're no longer on the road. As you follow the road to the point where it disappears below you, you realize you're standing in one of the eye sockets of a massive skull. The usher points to the road. Archdruid Reston appears below you. He's just as you remember him, stern and smooth-skinned, yet with each step along the road he grows, swelling with blood and essence. His heavy steps become slower and slower until he stops altogether. His distended body fills the path completely.
You met a dwarf traveling this road.
The pallid
What
knight.
did you do?
The pallid knight's voice is low and soft. He had lived many centuries. I brought him death. The pallid knight's flesh is taut against her skin. She nods once, barely dipping her chin.
And every death begins in a new life.
As Reston's swollen body ruptures, the effect is like a dam bursting. Ghostly figures, as hazy and indistinct as wisps of smoke, continue along the cleared path. Some tumble and rush along, while others amble and drift, but all continue forward. The usher directs your attention to another figure moving down the path. This time you see High Ovate Arona as she follows the road. Her movements become slow and erratic. Her legs creak with each step, and her feet grow long, thick roots that burrow into the ground. She finally stops, rooted in place.
You found a tree that had lived for centuries. Its roots were deep, and its boughs sheltered many. Why did you cut it down?
It was a parasite. While its branches sheltered others, its roots sucked them dry.
All draw their life's energy from the deaths of others. This is why all must remain part of the cycle of death and rebirth. No creature may be a closed loop unto itself.
Arona's body petrifies below, and the shimmering leaves of her hair blow down the path. You seek another who has lived his lives on the brink of the cycle. He sits on the inside of the wheel, observing his revolutions. With each life, he is plucked from the stream and returned to it intact. Why do you hunt Theos? Theos has entrapped thousands of souls for Wodika. I've got to stop him from giving her absolute power.
If you know this much, then another god has already spoken with you, and given you half of the answer.
Theos serves Wodika. She desires an escape from her own cycle, power without discipline. Theos has removed thousands of souls from the cycle so that their essence might empower her. The black depths of her eyes threaten to swallow you. You must stop him, and you must return them to the cycle. Why does Wodika even need Theos' help? And why do you need mine for that matter? The gods guide souls through the cycle of death and rebirth, but Era is the domain of mortals. Eora, sorry. We stand aside. Weights and counterweights. Were one to alter the tides of Kith, all would follow. We would tip this world from its axis. That is why Wotica directs a mortal to do her bidding, and why any who would stop Theos must be mortal as well. What end would it serve to send the souls back to the cycle? Attending to those souls is a question of stability, Watcher, of maintaining the natural order of the world and the ebb and flow of essence. What's wrong? No, let's not say that. If Theos has meddled with these souls, perhaps it would be better to destroy them. The cycle is merciless, but it is not wasteful. Time and the endless procession of rebirths eventually grind souls into dust, but until then they must pass from the world and return to it. Their continuing movement advances the cycle itself. Couldn't they be returned to the Hollowborn? As battered, burdened things, do you mix soured wine with fresh? The kindness you seek lies in giving them a new beginning, not in shackling them to this life. Cycles are changeless and monotonous. Surely there's a better alternative. The illusion of revolution, it's merely a part of another cycle, and a painful one. True change has structure, geometry. It is the product of cycles within cycles, 1,000 gears spinning and moving the universe by degrees. What's wrong with Wotica seizing this power? The cycle of Kith is a thing of balance. Likewise is the cycle of gods. We rise and fall in the favor of mortals, only to fall and rise again. But Wotica seeks the power to place herself outside this cycle. She would root herself and grow to the detriment of others. The usher silently gestures down the road, where a broken tree and a husk of flesh are still visible. I think I understand what you're telling me. The usher gestures to the road, and the starry expanse beyond, while the pallid knight speaks. I can only show you the motion of the universe, Watcher. I don't see what this has to do with me. No, I must go to Sun and Shadow now.
No mortal can survive the descent into the pit. But there are souls on the burial isle that are pledged to me. I will grant them to you, and they shall bear you down safely, as well as light the way beyond.
A multitude appears at the other end of the road, raising their voices and kicking up dust as they make their way towards you. Return them to the cycle, Watcher. Promise that you will, and I shall give you power befitting a champion of death. The pallid knight raises a finger. Accept my favor, however, and I will demand this decision as your due. I collect from all mortals in time. I'll think about it. I need to think about this. Do not delay, Watcher. What Theos seeks to do cannot be undone, even by the turning of the wheel. The usher points behind you. When you turn, you find yourself standing again in Tyr Everon. So I do have to choose a god to follow. I still think I'm going to choose Rimgrand, to be honest. Take an experience for that? I got tons of experience for that. We also got a new keep thing. Major adventure. Let's assign Grieving Mother. And let's go talk to Galloway. You kneel, prepared for the shift this time. The cool stone gives way to a warm, soft soil and loamy. The candle smoke dissipates, replaced by the musk of the forest. I've come to seek Galloway's favor. The howling beast falls silent, and you hear the rustling in the foliage nearby. Something is watching you. Howl back. The beast bays in response, its voice high and clear. The thick undergrowth shivers with movement, and heavy paws pound the wet grass. You chase after it. You follow the hound's path through the undergrowth. Branches whip at your cheeks, the wind whistles by your ears. As you pass a fallen pine, the root begins to feel familiar. You reach the clearing where the bear and lioness face off, snarling but keeping their distance. The hound watches from the bushes, its amber eyes shining. You can see nothing else of the great beast, but long red tongue as it licks its muzzle. Beyond is the stonewall's maw, set amidst temples. Didn't I do that? I am certain we did that already. Oh, that's bugged out, I guess. Oh well. Because we already did that. It's right there. Return to Galloway, at Tyr Everon in the Elm's Reach. We're there. I already resolved it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, whatever. Pray to Rimgrand. As the snowstorm gets closer, you see an Auroch. It's colossal and slow as a glacier. Its shaggy white hair is matted with frost, but beneath it, its ribs like ship's frame protrude. The beast of winter. I've seen its shape prowling the walls of many an ancient ruin. A man, emaciated and almost naked, huddles at the beast's legs. His body is scored with lash marks, and his nose and ears have been carved from his face. His black eyes pierce the white out. A Loth leans forward. By the wheel, it's Skane. The Auroch stops, stands before you, enveloping you in the violent blizzard that surrounds it. Though its mouth does not move, the beast speaks in a deep, thunderous voice.
A clan of Glamfelin ventured from the White Vat Wens to find the crack in the ice. When you sealed it, you damned their souls to a slow weathering here, one they had sought to escape.
Their souls will eventually break down.
Entropy is not the sudden, violent combustion of heat and flame. It is a slow progression. Fragment by fragment, the elements wear even the mountains to dust.
The world shudders beneath you, and a great crack echoes through the white expanse. The ice splits at your feet, waves lapping through the rift.
The Watcher seeks something long lost. What is it you search for?
A low, melancholy voice rises from the depths. The thousands of souls that Theos has stolen for Wodika.
Theos has removed these souls from the cycle. They are ice melting in the sun. Let them fade.
Let them forget this world and be forgotten by it.
Take the souls she so desires and grind them into dust. Let her see her careful schemes thoroughly ruined.
The last one sounded a little nastier than the other two. For several seconds the waves wash quietly against the ice and the Auroch stands silently amidst the churning flurries.
It is the destiny of all things to crumble and join the chaos that follows this world. Some seek it willingly, as you have seen.
To mingle, roiled and stirred by the tides of the universe. It is not an unkind fate.
You would give these souls the very fate you sought to deny, the Glenfellan pilgrims.
I am the beast of winter. I neither speed nor alter my path for the whims and desires of Kith. I take souls at the time of my choosing, be it mote by mote or in a sudden tempest of chaos.
These souls, they have already forgotten their place in this world. They have been lost to existence. Let them be memorialized and mourned for an age and then forgotten entirely.
Why do you oppose Wodika?
She desires to order chaos and shackle the agents of change in the world. Under her, all things would remain static and frozen according to her laws.
Even now, she only barely keeps the pact of the gods to leave the affairs of Kith in mortal hands. She moves in Theos where she cannot move directly.
And so we call on you to do the same. Such are the schemes of the Queen that was.
I'll seek Theos in the sun and shadow.
When you reach the burial isle, we will send lost souls to guide you through the pit. This is our gift to you. What you do after you face Theos will be your choice, but we would have you set the stolen essence adrift.
And whether you would heed us or no, understand that our end comes to all things eventually. Help us achieve it, and we shall reward you now with a power to rival Theos's.
But do not choose lightly. We forget nothing, least of all a betrayal.
I actually agree with these ones. We are going to give the souls to Entropy. The great Auroch advances towards you, engulfing you in wind and snow. As the shadow falls over you, so does a terrible pain. Your body freezes and shatters, expanding into millions and billions of fragments. As it does, the pain recedes and misplaces power and an awareness of all things. In an instant, the surge congeal one more, and you find yourself in Tyr Everon again. What does Rimgrand's Brune do?
What is it?
Oh, there it is. +1 Constitution, +1 Survival. Well, it's hardly world-shattering, but it's pretty decent, I guess. I like how half my stuff is all suppressed. Alright, well, that was interesting. We now have the power of a god in theory.
You must gather your party before venturing
And
forth.
we only have descend into the pit and travel to Burial Isle. We also have a couple more quests to do. Let's go find Lara in the mall, or the maw. She is apparently there as part of our quest, so let's go do that. Once we're done that, we can move on to the Endless Pass. That's going to be our next big adventure. Or maybe we should go back to Defiance Bay and do Adir's quest. It's always a choice too. But which one do I want to do more? I think Adir's quest. Maybe it won't be too long. We're pretty loved by Defiance Bay, so we should be okay. I think. We're a hero at Defiance Bay. We're a champion of Gilded Vale. We're a champion of Deerford Village. We are hero of Twin Elms. We're an ally of the Crucible Knights. We're an ally of the Dozens. We're a champion of House Domel. House Dominal. We're Merciful Brute of Ethic Knoll. We're friendly somewhat with the Ovace of the Golden Grove, and we are an ally of the Fangs. Everyone likes us pretty much. We're doing pretty good for ourselves. Which is weird, because we've done some pretty messed up evil stuff. I guess people don't really care if you're evil as long as you
You must
pretend to be
gather
good
your
towards
party
them.
before venturing forth.
There we go, that's your life lesson from the world now. Pretend to be good, it'll all work out. Even if you're evil. We flat out murdered a baby. I think if that were to come to light among the general population, I don't think we'd be liked nearly as much. Although we did it under the orders of that other dude, but he could just say that, oh my god, they've murdered a baby, and be like, I never asked them to do that. And who are the Glenfathans going to believe? Us? Not really. We're outsiders. We have a paladin who's carrying around what looks to be a black great sword that's glowing with evil energy. Really, it's just not going to go well for us. Okay. Let's find this person. We're going to very carefully look around. She might be in the maze area too. We'll go take a look. Antelope, Deswin. Maybe she's actually in the maw part. Hello? Hey, let's grab that. Well, we're here. Orland's Cradle is pretty good. Maybe we have to go meet or go to where the lion is. It's always a possibility. Just sneaking right to work. No. At least nothing yet. Oh, damn. Why is the Lion Clansman against us? We helped your lions do this thing. What was that?
Well,
Alright. We're still looking for this person.
I'll take care of it.
Oopsies.
Yes.
Better plan. Let's stealth up. Or not stealth up, but... Well, stealth up, yes, but mostly for the mechanic part. So we can find more traps.
And the fire shows me
looks like a trap.
something new.
What is that? Oh, perfect. There's Larda.
Estramor?
An Orlan woman stands ankle deep in the sand, sharpening a spearhead. You must be Bethel's new Estramor. Truth, when I heard she led another in, I almost went to the Passage of Six myself to share words. She points the flint spearhead at you. I found Alwa. A breath catches in her throat. Your own eyes have seen her? I freed her from Noonfrost. She's just enjoying the fresh air before she returns. She releases a gasp of relief. You've accomplished a great service for the Fangs and for me. Lara takes another deep breath. I was wrong about you, Estramor. I did not see you truly. Please accept a gift worthy of your honor and skill. You're welcome. What'd I get? Scales of the Raven. I also got a fine Arbicus, which is not particularly awesome. I think I might give Durance... What are you using again? What do you have? Gunner. Right, okay, that's for all those things. But, if we give him a bow, it's a pretty decent bow. I don't know. I'm torn on that one. Anyway, Scales of the Raven. Perception +2, Stealth +2, Damage Reduction +2. It's sort of mediocre medium armor. But more importantly, we gain levels. And that is the most important thing in the game. Levels are awesome. I know, I guess the mechanic skill can't hurt. Okay. 3 per rest for hastening exhortation. Reviving exhortation revives somebody, obviously. And reinforcing gives deflection for 22 seconds. Zealous charge might be what I take. I'm not sure though. Or hastening. No, hastening's pretty good. 33 seconds of 1.2. Yeah, let's give it that. No new talent unlocks. We're level 11 now? Right? Yes, excellent. Alright, next up is Adir, who can't get any more athletic skills, so we're gonna give him some stealth. Alright, what do we got? We got Armored Grace, Armor Speed Penalty Reduction, Vigorous Defense, all defenses for 17 seconds. We can give him Weapon Specialization, but he's already got that. Discipline Barrage is +10 accuracy for 17.3 seconds. Guardian Stance is +10 deflection, or -10 accuracy. Critical Defense is passive. Crits are converted to hits, and hits are converted to grazes. It's kind of nice. What's Unbroken? 1 per rest. If he drops below 1 endurance, revive with 124 endurance. +5 damage reduction, +10. Wow. Wow, we're definitely taking that. That's incredible. That's just like, oh, what was that one ability that Prot Pallies had in World of Warcraft and Wrath of the Lich King? Shit, I can't remember it now. Where they took lethal damage, they come back to life with 20% health. That thing was amazing, and it was a passive. So good. Ooh, a level 3 chant. Deflection? Meh. Burning damage? Yeah. Defense against prone. I guess we'll get that one. Whatever. We're not going to use it, probably. A little bit underwhelming. Mechanics level 10. Yay! And we got some new stuff. Are those new spells? I guess so. Awesome.
What?
Level 6 spells. Nice. Okay, well, he can't get any more lore, so let's give him some stealth or something. Level 6 spells. Now we have to find out what we want. Gaze of the Edragon. AoE Petrify for 27 seconds. Wow, that's actually kind of nice. Ninagauth's Freezing Pillar. Does pretty significant freeze. Hobbled for 4 seconds. That's not the best. Piercing Burst. Oops. 53 to 72 damage. It bypasses damage reduction too? Wow. Possibly that one then. Death Ring. Calls a black ring of necrotic energy that spreads out in all directions, causing corrode damage to everything it touches and potentially destroying those with low endurance. Could be good, could be really bad. Citzel's martial power. Oh man, you could totally make an arcane mage in this game. Look at that. 40 seconds of plus 20 deflection, plus 20 accuracy, plus 8 might, plus 8 constitution, plus 8 dex. You'd be amazing at that point. Chain lightning is probably exactly what it sounds like. Archimir's capricious hex. Dazes for 20 seconds, sickens for 20 seconds, paralyzed for 20 seconds, 27 seconds, I should say. I like that. Let's keep that one in mind. I have hiccups and they're really annoying me. Alright, I think this is what we're going to do. The Hex and the Piercing Burst. Yeah, that's what we want to do. Yeah. Okay. And that's it, no one else.
Following your lead.
Pallegina's probably like an inch away from a level. She is. But that's okay. We're going to go to a tavern, rest, and then we're going to go do... Oh, we're at 31, 32 minutes. So I'm going to end the video here. When we come back, we'll be back in Defiance Bay really briefly. We're going to go and do Adir's quest, since we do have some pretty significant reputation there. Like always, if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time.